Have you ever wondered how a bank knows whether a payment was accepted, rejected, or is still being processed after it has been sent? That's where pacs.002 comes in. In this video, we'll learn what pacs.002 is, how it works, its XML structure, status codes, real banking examples, interview questions, and common mistakes. What is pacs.002? pacs.002 stands for Financial Institution Payment Status Report. It is an ISO 20022 message used by financial institutions to communicate the processing status of a payment. It does not move money. It only reports whether a payment has been accepted, rejected, or is still pending. Think of it as the acknowledgement message for interbank payments. Why do we need pacs.002? Imagine sending an important payment. Without any status message, the sending bank has no idea whether the receiving bank accepted the payment. With pacs.002, every payment receives a status response. Banks immediately know whether the payment has been accepted, rejected, or is awaiting further processing, improving transparency and operational efficiency. Where is pacs.002 used? pacs.002 is widely used in customer payments, bank-to-bank payments, RTGS systems, SWIFT FINplus, and cross-border payments. A customer initiates a payment through a bank. The payment reaches the receiving bank, and after processing, a pacs.002 message is sent back to report the payment status. Complete payment journey. The payment journey begins when a corporate customer sends a pain.001 payment initiation message. The bank validates the payment and converts it into a pacs.008 interbank payment message. The payment is transmitted through SWIFT FINplus. After processing, the receiving bank sends back a pacs.002 status report to the sending bank. Notice that pacs.002 travels in the reverse direction because it reports the payment status. Message naming. Let's decode the name pacs.002.001. Pacs represents the business area. 002 identifies the message type. The next number represents the message variant. The last number indicates the current version. Understanding this naming convention makes ISO 20022 messages much easier to identify. XML Structure. Like all ISO 20022 messages, pacs.002 is written in XML. The message begins with the app.hdr, followed by the document element. Inside the document is FI2FI-PMTSTSRPT, which contains the group header and transaction information sections carrying the payment status. Group header. The group header contains message-level information. It includes the message ID, creation date, original message ID, and original message name. These fields help banks match the status report with the original payment message. Transaction status. The most important part of pacs.002 is the transaction status. Common statuses include accepted, rejected, pending, and accepted with warning. These statuses help banks understand exactly what happened to each payment. Important status codes. Some of the most important status codes are ACCP, accepted for processing. RJCT, rejected. PDNG, pending. ACSP, accepted for settlement processing. ACTC, accepted after technical validation. These are among the most frequently asked status codes in banking interviews. Real XML walkthrough. The XML message starts with the document element. Inside it is FI2FI-PMTSTSRPT. The GRPHDR contains message-level details. TXINFNSTS contains transaction information. TXSTS stores the transaction status. If the payment is rejected, STSRSNINF provides the rejection reason. Real banking example. ABC company uploads a salary payment file to its bank. The bank validates the file and sends the payment. The receiving bank processes the payment and returns a pacs.002 message. If everything is successful, the payment status is ACCP. If there is an issue, the payment is rejected with the appropriate reason. Rejection reasons. Payments may be rejected for several reasons. The account may be invalid. The account may already be closed. There may be insufficient funds. The payment may fail AML checks. It may hit a sanction screening rule. Or it may be identified as a duplicate payment. The rejection reason is included inside the pacs.002 message. Common status flow. The payment is first received by the bank. It is then validated. After validation, one of three outcomes is possible. The payment is accepted, rejected, or remains pending until further processing is completed. pacs.002 versus pain.002. These two messages are often confused. Pain.002 is exchanged between the customer and the bank to report the status of customer payment initiation messages. pacs.002 is exchanged between banks to report the status of interbank payment messages such as pacs.008. Remember this difference for interviews. Benefits. Using pacs.002 provides several advantages. It delivers instant payment status updates. It carries rich structured XML data. It enables automation. It improves payment tracking. And it helps banks resolve payment issues much faster. Common mistakes. One common misconception is that pacs.002 moves money. It does not. It only reports payment status. It is not a payment instruction. And it should never be confused with pain.002 because both messages serve different purposes. Interview questions. Here are some common interview questions. What is pacs.002? What is the difference between pain.002 and pacs.002? Who generates pacs.002? Can pacs.002 reject a payment? Explain the meaning of ACCP and RJCT. If you can answer these questions confidently, you're well prepared for payment system interviews. Quick cheat sheet. Let's quickly revise everything. We learned the purpose of pacs.002. We understood the complete payment flow. We explored the XML structure. We covered important status codes. We discussed its benefits. We compared pacs.002 with pain.002. And we reviewed the most common mistakes. Thank you. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe to AK Next Gen Vibes. In the next video, we'll learn CAM.053 explained. See you in the next video?